Wow, we are here. It is Friday at 5 o'clock. I am Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision. This is District Spotlight with my DJ, the one, the only...
B-Dub the Boy Wonder.
How are you, sir?
I can't complain. I'm good. Can I
midget
down a little bit?
The midget microphone.
I'm good. How are you today?
Oh, there. Get on my level.
Yes, I'm on your level.
Get on my
now.
level.
Yeah.
We have too much show.
Too much show?
We have
a whole lot of show.
We have a whole lot of show. Recap Wu-Tang Clan Anthem last night. DC. I ate cake with Raekwon. Coming in a second.
Okay.
And that's not even the good big news. The big good news is Dres of Black Sheep. We're inducting him into the Hip Hop Museum today.
Dres of Black Sheep. We're inducting him. It's happening. That's right.
So stay tuned because not only will Dres be on the line, not only will we be showing you what a 25th anniversary of 36 Chambers looked like, but at the end of the show, we will be unboxing the original photograph from J. Rue the Damage's debut album, Taken.
What up, J. Rue?
What up, J. Rue? Taken by Danny Hastings, who will also soon be inducted into the Hip Hop Museum. This show has too many things going on. I'm sorry, but that's what's happening. So let's get right into the very first segment entitled Today in Hip Hop. Also, DZ, if you want to grab that Speaking of delicious exotic cuisine, we cut a new music video with Elda Sensei and AG, and that will be debuted at the end of this program. So please stay tuned, because right before our unboxing of the Hip Hop Museum, we are going to debut the brand new music video entitled Land of the Free from Elda Sensei and AG. Okay, so check this out. Getting right into it. Last night, yours truly, I went to the Anthem. Let's show them some pictures here from the Anthem, and this is what it looked like when you go to the 25th anniversary. There's me and Raekwon of the 36 Chambers. Who else we got there? DZ, let's run through them here. RZA, me and the RZA. Oh, here's incredible art from Andy Katz. Oh my God, all this stuff got signed. ODB was there with his son Young DB. There's the Jizza. And then we have Raekwon again. All these pieces by Andy Katz. Incredible. Ghostface, Method Man, all these pieces of art were signed by the artists themselves. RZA, there's the train that he did. And if we can come back to there's Redman, who opened up the entire show. And if we can come back to the set here, I want to show people right here on set, one of the most incredible new pieces for the Hip Hop Museum is this commemorative Get On Down 36 Chambers edition of the album with all 45s inside, signed by every single member. You got Method Man, you got Mathematics, You got You God and Inspector Deck and RZA. That's right, and Danny Hastings, who took the photograph himself. Okay, so signed by all the members, and in addition to that, we also got signed the Purple Tape by Raekwon and Ghostface. Both signed the Purple Tape, courtesy of Get On Down and Joe Mansfield, who was also inducted into the Hip Hop Museum. Okay, so these are some incredible pieces that I was able to get signed at the show last night. And let's show them the first two videos. We're going to show you Redman opening up the show, then we're going to show you the Wu-Tang Clan, and then you're going to see yours truly eating cake with Raekwon. Don't believe me? Well, take a look at this. Holy cow, you are tuned in again to District Spotlight. You were just watching Raekwon cutting into a 25th anniversary cake that was presented by Feed the Scene. And shout out Rachel Taft and Bart Shiflett and the entire crew at Feed the Scene, who put together an absolutely momentous show. The Wu performed their asses off and hit every single major hit and single any Wu fan would want. Dustin Burdett and Ryan and the entire Records and Rarities crew were in the house. Shout out Joe Lampan from Songbird Cafe. Shout out Timothy Burnside from the National African American History Museum, and shout out Abby O'Neill from the Tiny Desk and NPR, who were all there, DJ Cool and many more people backstage, okay? Moving on here in Today in Hip Hop, happy birthday to Pharoah Monch, October 31st, 1972. Pharoah Monch, in my opinion, and everyone's opinion, one of the greatest MCs of all time. Shout out Pharoah Monch.
Get the fuck up.
Get the fuck up! Simon says, get the fuck up. Also, the best Halloween was just the other night. We thought that the best Halloween costume goes to this guy who is dressed as an Allen and Heath mixer, which, if you're a DJ, is scary as fuck because no one knows how to use these. These were the mixer that no DJ knew how to use. Just look at it. There's too many buttons. All right. I said it before, but I'll say it again. At the end of the interview with Dres, we have the debut of Elda Sensei and AG. Okay, their brand new music video that I directed, I produced. Jacob Moss, our digital content manager, he edited the whole thing. And if you like sushi, you're going to love this video. Okay? Also, rest in peace to Jam Master Jay. On October 30th, you know, the world lost one of the most incredible hip-hop legends. And what better way to commemorate or to reminisce about what an incredible guy he was than to check out some of this artwork Okay. Oh, look at that. October 30th. There he is with the shell toes and everything. But look at this artwork that this woman in England does. It's called The Artful Fro, like Afro. TheArtfulFro.com is where you can get all these. She takes the vinyl and then she, paints and does an incredible illustration there right on the vinyl. So you can buy those vinyls and that art at artfulfro.com. Also, shout out to DJ Devious, who basically electrocuted his daughter the other day. Well, just kidding. He almost electrocuted her, except the chair doesn't work. This is the Death Row Records electric chair, minus the Death Row Records logo emblem that we have here waiting to affix to the back of the chair. That is DJ Devious's daughter. He fabricated this exact replica of the Death Row electric chair, and he also fabricated America's largest boombox, which is located here at the Hip Hop Museum. And that's what it looks like. Thank you, DZ. America's largest boombox. Yes, shout out DJ Devious. You are the man. Okay. Let's see. Getting to happy birthday and rest in peace to Prodigy. November 2nd today, would have been Prodigy's birthday, and a great way to commemorate, the memory of Mobb Deep would be with the artwork of Lawrence J. So shout out Lawrence J, who drew this incredible piece of Prodigy. Lastly, on Today in Hip Hop, yesterday, many moons ago, 1988, The Great Adventures of Slick Rick came out. Now I want to show you what Oh, okay, thank you. No. Oh, you're the best. Man, my board op. I love you, DZ. Happy birthday to Busy B. So we'll get back to Slick Rick. Happy birthday, Busy B, turning 56 years old. The chief rocker is soon going to need a rocking chair. No, I'm just kidding. Happy birthday, Busy B. We absolutely love you. I know you stay so fit because of all the cannabis you smoke. Okay. Huh? The first MC. Okay. Well, is that true? The first MC? All right. Debatable. Anyways, we love you, Busy B. Lastly, the animation from Elise Farrell. Elise Farrell does these classic album covers from hip-hop and then animates them. So you think of the most famous hip-hop album covers of all time. He removes all the elements and then animates them. And this is what it looks like. We're going to show you The Adventures of Slick Rick. We're going to go right into, DZ, the promo for Dres. And while we're playing the promo, we're going to get the one, the only Dres of Black Sheep on the line for his induction into the Hip Hop Museum and interview. So stay tuned right after this Slick Rick promo. Check it out. All right, can I have the line again? I'm sorry I dropped it. Oh my goodness gracious. If you when you're watching, oh thank you, that instrumental's perfect. When you're watching that promo and you're looking at everything that Dres and Black Sheep have done, you are immediately triggered about all of the memories and all of the great songs and music videos that this group and this individual Dres has put together. On the line right now, coming all the way from New York, the one, the only Dres of Black Sheep. How are you, sir?
I'm feeling really good, man. Thanks for having me. I'm truly honored, and I appreciate what you're doing, and everyone appreciates what you're doing. I spoke to a few of the homies, and it's a true honor. I appreciate it.
Well, you are so incredibly deserving of it, and when you watch this episode back, which you will watch it because we're a visual show, you are going to see that right now on set, the Choice Is Yours vinyl is sitting right here front and center. Right behind my head is one of a few RIAA certified gold plaques. To your debut album. Listen, let's get right into it, okay? Because we do these interviews because it's not just about commemorating, your career. It's also about educating, the next generation of hip hop acts and hip hop artists coming up. Do you know what I mean?
Right, no doubt.
Okay, so tell us just from the beginning, because remember we got young people watching too, a lot of old heads, a lot of young heads. Mm-hmm. How did Black Sheep come about? How did you meet Mr. Long, and how did the group come together?
Well, it was kind of cool. We met in North Carolina. I had actually moved to North Carolina from New York. My mom remarried him. My stepfather was in the Army. Long story short, I wound up going to a high school in Sanford, North Carolina. Originally, I was in Fayetteville. My senior year, I went to Sanford, and it was a really small town. And a third friend of ours, a friend of me and Long's, had equipment, turntables, mics, what have you, and he was from New York as well. So every day, I kind of locked in with him. His name was Stan. And I'd be over his crib, and we'd be cutting and rhyming just for the heck of it. There was nothing to do with it, just because. And Long was like his little man who would come by. He was much younger than us and much smaller, and he had to stand on milk crates to even be able to stand above the turntables. But he was just the most phenomenal DJ. Pardon me. And long story short, we went to a show in Raleigh, The Real Roxanne versus Sparky D, and Red Alert was hosting, and we had a little pull at the spot at the arena actually in Raleigh, and we got Long on the turntables, and he blew the whole crowd away because he's standing on milk crates cutting, and so Red takes he exchanged numbers with Red. And that summer, he was up in New York running with Red Alert, and Red had him in the studio with the Jungle Brothers for the making of their first album. And it was kind of his introduction into the natives from there, De La, and Tribe way before they were even out. And, Latifah, the whole nine. So every summer, he's coming up and he's kind of running with them. I was a little older. I finished school. And I was kind of running around. I came back to New York the week I finished high school and was kind of running around doing my own thing and kind of trying to stay out of trouble, getting into trouble, doing this, that, and the other. By the time I figured it out and had a job and was going to college, I bumped into Long in Midtown Manhattan walking right by me. Long story short, he had just moved to New York from Carolina, was adamant about doing the music thing, but didn't really have a place to stay. So I let him stay with me. He winds up bringing his equipment. I'm blown away. I'm like, wow, you still doing this stuff? And
how many years after college or after school was this that you kind of reunited with him?
This is probably 88, I would say. So I would say probably about 3 or 4 years have gone by, about 3.5, maybe 4 years. And like since we were kicking it, and and I was down south. Probably about 3 years. A good 3 years went by. And so we wound up. I wound up letting him crash with me, and he brings his equipment. And as we start kind of getting reacquainted, I'm getting back into cutting just for the fun of it. But he starts introducing me to Red and Funk and Climb from Red's office, and I'm meeting the Jungle. I'm meeting De La. I'm meeting Tip and them before they even had a record still, and Latifah, and all of them are dope. They're so dope to me. I'm honored to be meeting these cats, and it's almost like Long has been around them for years, just every summer, and so they look at Long like family, and Long introduces me like family, and we kind of take it upon ourselves to kind of put a demo together. I actually had pawned some jewelry to facilitate it, and we do a demo, and everybody was blown away, but they didn't realize we had spent a lot of time behind turntables and mics, just out of the love.
Getting
so
to
once
that
we
point.
got the opportunity, we really was able to kind of take advantage of the opportunity, and we never looked back.
It's really an incredible story, and it's great how you referenced, the native tongues and whatnot, because Mr. Long was, instrumental, obviously, to
Extremely.
that process. But you also have a cousin who's a friend of mine, who you have a few relatives. Tell us about who you're related to.
Yeah, I've got a well, it all depends. I don't even know which cousin you're talking about. There's so many of them running around.
Chi.
Huh?
Chi.
Oh, Chi?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Oh yeah.
Chi Ali is Dres's cousin and a good friend of Listen Vision Studios.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like it's there's no bloodline, but the love is authentic for over 20 years.
Do you have any other like actual? Oh, because I thought you were actual like cousins, but yeah, because y'all look a lot of everyone says you look a lot alike.
No.
But
Been like that for a while now.
Is there anybody else that you have a special relationship with in the native tongues that was kind of very helpful in the beginning days?
Oh man, I mean, I think just everyone, like everyone was just open armed, and they allowed us to learn from them, and and they were willing to learn us. Like I feel people kind of uniquely ours, and a lot of the records that we look back on as far as that time period, we were all in each other's sessions. It was a real selfless time where anybody might have any critique, anybody be open to it. If you wasn't open to it, wasn't no biggie. We were all so artistic and just full of life and had so much to say. You know what I'm saying? I wish we would take the time to make a record like that again. It was awesome, man.
Well, it really was.
Awesome.
And one of the commonalities that all you guys have that we're inducting, into the Hip Hop Museum, one of the things that you guys all have in common is this kind of like stamp on chronology with music. So, you have a wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't get me wrong, you have many, classic recordings, but, your debut album, is considered by many, to be similar to like an Illmatic. It's similar to a 36 Chambers. It's really just this iconic work of art that, as we saw the other night, right, Dres, at Dirty Martini, it lives on. It lives on of all ages, all stratospheres. And my question is, what the heck was going on, in the world, in your life that you think allowed this album to be so incredibly timeless? Specifically, my question is, what was the process of making the music and the beats and whatnot? How did that go?
Well, for the most part, I would say Long probably the music on the first album was probably about 90% Mr. Long. When he moved in with me, he would have vinyl in stacks, like might be 3 records in this stack, 5 records in this stack, 2 records in this stack, 6 records, amongst his collection. And each of those little stacks represented his ear in DJing and loops. We didn't even have equipment, but loops that he wanted to put on top of each other. And a lot of those stacks represent that came out on our album.
And who put those loops together? I mean, who like, for instance,
once we signed, we kind of got some beginner's equipment, so to speak, and kind of started working our way out. But, our engineers as well, like we were using the 950 at the time, Yakai, and, it was definitely a situation of, us buying 2-inch tapes and telling the engineer, all right, catch it at the downbeat here, and, loop it from here, or whatever we were doing, saying it was definitely engineer structured, because we were literally, we knew what we wanted to do, but we didn't have the capability to do it at that point, but we were definite students of the game and soaked up everything that came our way. We soaked up, learned how to do, and even to the degree that after the first couple of albums, I stepped away and started doing my own independent thing, facilitating what I had learned on a major, and even though it's definitely a microcosm of the situation, it's what I've been doing for 27 years at this point, and I'm like one of the luckiest people in the world,
Absolutely. And I think your attitude is so great. you and my good friend Elda Sensei are some of the hardest working people in hip hop, and I think it's that attitude that keeps you guys, young and fit and able to travel the country and the globe, like performing endlessly, to people who are the desire to see you guys has not waned at all. In fact, it always kind of was curious to me, when you guys were coming up, Jungle Brothers, were out, and A Tribe Called Quest. Like, what do you think you learned? I'm going to ask you about native tongues and what you think you learned most from. Well, first off, what do you think you learned most from the Jungle Brothers, who will be? Oh, by the way, Jungle Brothers will be inducted next week, Friday,
Excellent.
into the museum. So it only makes sense that we're inducting you this week. What did you learn most from them?
Yo, that's my word. Like Mike G to me is one of the most cool and sensible and loving people I've ever met in my life, let alone the industry. And Sammy B is dope, very authentic. And Africa is just talented and eclectic and has a view that most people would look at something 100 times and not see what Africa saw the first time. And they honestly taught me, just through example, to be myself, to be authentic, and to know that, what I'm presenting is good enough. If anything, it's all a matter of how I present it. Word up. They're strong brothers. I love them.
Well, you and I have one thing in common. Maybe we have more things, but I know one thing. I would not be DJing in hip-hop in the music industry if it actually weren't for Red Alert. So I'm from so I'm from and how I bet there's many more people who could say the same thing, but Red Alert is like the Kevin Bacon of hip hop, you know what I mean?
For real. Yeah,
6 degrees of separation. Okay. What do you think about, and what did you learn most from De La Soul?
Oh man. The thing I learned from De La is to have fun. That you better believe, if you're having fun, everyone's having fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. You know what I'm saying? I've seen De La grab the mic in the middle of a show and start rhyming like other cats. You know what I'm saying? Over their verse. Start rhyming like Busta,
jokingly,
or,
right?
and just have fun and give the people an experience that they can't get anywhere else and might not even get on the record. You know what I'm saying? And as well, to be prepared. Them cats have the best show in hip hop for years and years and years. Like they're so creative, you know what I'm saying? They're so, they're so well thought out. Like, it might look like, you know what I'm saying, it was sporadic. It was well thought out. Those cats are just,
and they consistently innovate. If I could add one thing, right? They're like constantly reinventing their sound and style. So I think that's neat too. Okay,
but at the same time, staying true to themselves and staying true to their sound.
Content-wise, their lyricism has kind of remained the same, but like stylistically, they kind of play on different. Each album has a different feel to me.
I feel you. I respect that.
A Tribe Called Quest and those beautiful cats. And don't talk about Ali. We'll talk about that in a second. But tell me, just as a group, what did you learn most from A Tribe Called Quest?
To dream big, man. Dream big. You know what I'm saying? And to reach for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't enough to even dream it, because everybody dreams it. You know what I'm saying? Grasp it. You know what I'm saying? After you dream it. I got a lot of love for them cats, man. And, definitely gonna miss Fife. And, I always respected all of them. I was honored to do a project with my man Jerobi. People could check out the Evertan project, which is native spelled backwards. Me and Jerobi dropped a full-length album some years ago. And that joint is amazing as well. A bunch of videos on YouTube. So if you didn't know, check some of that stuff out. But Tribe, man, get like they dreamed right in front of you and won. You know what I'm saying? And won. You gotta love a winner. Right up. Those are my brothers as well. Like all of them, man. I just love them all, man. They all represent so many things, but to have been around them and touched and walked and just able to have digested things that they were literally giving to me has been just the blessing, man. Such a blessing.
And I know we spoke about him, but the last one I just want to ask, kind of in a sentence or in a word, what are your feelings about Red Alert? Red
is, man, he's the finest bum that ever walked the face of the earth, man. For real, man. There's not a finer bum. Not a finer. Like Red, man. Like
he's gonna love this. I'm gonna totally send this right to him, man.
Red is like this selfless, like he's such a beautiful soul, man. He has no problem.
He's so selfless. That's a good word.
Huh?
That's a good word. Selfless for him is a good word.
Yeah. Oh man, and so comfortable being himself. You know what I'm saying? Like Red, Red has seen them all come and seen them all go, and they've all had to respect Red, man. Like I love Red. Red is my family. He's directly responsible for me having a career. Yet, you know what I'm saying? He always kept it 100 with me. And he didn't even have to tell you. His actions would speak. If Red didn't play something, you know what I'm saying? It was a reason. Like, it wasn't right. Something was wrong.
Was he in the studio for the making of Wolf in Sheep's Clothing?
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, he would be in and out. Yeah, without question. I mean, he's on a couple of records. He's on Past the 40, and yeah, hell yeah, that's family.
Why do you think those is he partly responsible for why those? I mean, first of all, the singles off of the album, every one of them are good, but like
of what album?
Wolf in Sheep's Clothing. I mean, they're just
we picked our own singles. We picked our own singles. The first and second joint, and then the label forced Strobe Light on us after Choice Is Yours, which we didn't want to do. I didn't want Strobe Light to be the third single, but we picked Flavor and Choice. Well, we did that.
Were there listening parties? I mean, I feel like
nah, not really.
I mean, in retrospect, do you really need confirmation that those fucking songs are amazing? Like, let's be honest with ourselves. The second I first heard that bass line, anyone heard that bass line, and then the second verse when engine number 9. I mean, people to this day get as I'm saying it, I'm just talking to you, getting goosebumps. Why was that song? You have a lot more energy in the delivery of that song than many other artists do of that time. Your energy is undeniable in your delivery. Where did you get that energy from? And was it the beat that was egging you on, or what made you go that hard?
Yeah, it was definitely the beat. Like, I remember my stepfather coming to the studio, and he really thought something was wrong with me. And I was trying to explain to him, like, Pop, like, yo, I'm really just trying to get a certain energy on this, because it was almost like literally, that's a lot of times I say a beat will tell me what to do with it, you know what I'm saying? And that was literally what it was telling me, like, yo, this is what you need to do with this.
Oh, man. I was thinking about that the other day. Whenever we prepare to induct you guys, I re-listened to 8,000 hours of your songs all over again. And I got to be honest, after listening to your music, one of the things that struck me most was your ear. And follow me on this for a second. You have an uncanny ability to pick out beats and then use flows and cadences with those tracks that meld together, I think, better than a lot of other MCs in hip-hop. Does that make any sense to you?
It really does, and I appreciate you noticing. I think it's important that you be able to know what compliments you, or what, like I said, I listen to so many things, and I try to find out what it's telling me, or the rhythm that is, like the cadence, like different things just tell me different things, literally. And, I'm very musical, always have been. Both my parents sung in bands, and I played trumpet in high school, and jazz ensemble and marching band. My mom, I've won before hip hop was out. I won talent shows singing. My mom always was like, I always thought you was gonna sing. And she still to this day is like, you should sing. I just laughing.
It's not too late, Dres.
I know, right? But I was always musical. I remember Songs in the Key of Life, the Stevie Wonder album, that I just would sit on the linoleum floor like at 9, 10 years old and literally learned every single word on a double album, even the Spanish and Swahili. and then the instrumental was what I used to write like my first song, like literally at that age. Like,
well, hold on now. Let me ask you this, because this is a question, right? I'm sorry to cut you off, but we always ask, and I neglected in the beginning to ask you, what was the first song or the first hip hop experience that you ever had that made you fall in love with hip hop? Do you recall it? The first time you heard a hip hop song?
I think, like my cousin, like before I even went down south, my cousin had turntables. So I remember cutting like 8 Million Stories, like just the whole movie. I was disappointed that I was in North Carolina when the park jams and all that stuff was going on. So every summer I'd get as much as I could and then I had to go back down. But I knew it was going on, and being that I was in North Carolina, you only got, what vinyl might be able to make it down there eventually, as opposed to the mixed, the tapes that were, circulating the city and just the vibe that was there. And, so,
do you recall your first tape? Do you remember the first cassette you ever had? Hip hop cassette?
Nah. It was definitely something I was taping off the radio.
Oh, yeah. Right.
This is back when, radio, hip hop was only on the weekends at night.
Oh, yeah. You had a little boombox?
Hell yeah, I had a few. And, you'd come in, you press record, and you time it. You know what I'm saying? It was 30-minute tape. It was 30 minutes on that side. You come back at 30 minutes, and from the street, turn your tape over, press record, and go back out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that was your music for the week.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you, because you touched on it earlier, being a part of the Native Tongues, you did this, Evitan project with Jerobi, and there's been so many kind of neat offshoot or spin-off projects, kind of from Tribe and Ali Shaheed Muhammad and Jerobi. Tell me about how that project came to be and what it was like working with Jerobi.
Oh, it was so dope. Like, it was kind of like introducing Jerobi to doing so. I had initially wanted him to do a project on his own, but wound up being like, come on, I'll do the first song with you, you know what I'm saying? And that wound up being this song called Keep Keeping On, which we have a video for. It came out amazing. Even Q-Tip was like, yo, y'all should be in the group. And I was, a little hesitant, like, yo, let's do another song. All right, we didn't. Let's do another song. We wound up doing like 25 songs, and I was like, wow. And Jerobi is so intelligent, and that he's been rocking with Tribe for over 20 years. I just knew he was dope. And it was just an honor to, help, just kind of guide him a little bit and watch him blossom. Watch him, like he was just a seedling, man. He just needed a little bit of water and a little dirt. He did his thing. I'm real proud of him. The album's phenomenal.
Well, that's what's up. If anybody wants to cop the album or go check it out, it's pretty much available everywhere. And it's Native spelled backwards. So that's Evitan, Evitan. Okay, Native spelled backwards, and that's Dres and Jerobi from A Tribe Called Quest. Go cop that. Just a couple more questions until we get to your big moment here. You have a project out right now called Tortured Soul,
right.
And it's interesting because we were talking on the phone earlier about. I was like trying to, you get older and older and you can't remember shit anymore. But I was trying to think about the track that I liked, one of the tracks I liked most on the album, and I realized, it was the one by Showbiz. And it's kind of interesting because, we inducted AG the other month, and I feel like now listening to you that maybe you and Mr. Long actually had a pretty similar relationship maybe, to Showbiz and AG, and, your albums are similarly just as iconic. Tell me about putting together Tortured Soul and working with Showbiz and working with the folks that you worked with. Tell everybody about the album and why they should go get it.
The album is just a beautiful, beautiful piece. And, the reviews have been so amazing. I'm so just blown away.
They really have.
By the way people have received it.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece of work. I kind of looked at these days and kind of, understood that attention spans were a little shorter, and different songs I let just maybe rock a verse and a hook. Some songs are full songs. I got my dude Bean one, and we spoke about how we wanted to chop it up. He did the music that kind of meshed it all as an interlude, so kind of all falls in on itself, piece to piece, almost kind of like reminiscent of Marvin Gaye's What's Going On album, how each piece kind of just falls into itself. And like it's just beautifully structured. It's a beautifully structured piece of work. I work with my family all over it, from Showbiz to my man Being One to Peyton Locke to Joe Ron Bombay, Jay Sands. I mean, it's just a beautiful.
Hey,
look.
Jay Sands. Jay Sands is in our area.
Yeah, Jay Sands. He did. Yeah, no doubt. Jay Sands did List 10. My man Jim B did Peace Fife. Like, you know, like he's out in the Canary Islands. Like, you know, it was just a labor of love, sincerely.
Wow.
And yeah, my man Tico out in the Bay, Tico and Rockazoid, they did Patience. Like, yo, it's just so beautiful. And my man Bean, like I said, you know, like I was able to kind of tell. We've been working together so long. I was able to kind of just tell him how I saw it. And yeah, he made it happen, man. He's a champ. He's so dope.
It also sounds like you took pleasure in curating the album and putting
Without
it together.
question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, because a lot of times, especially these days, cats are quick to tell you, you know, what's wrong instead of showing you what's right. You know, and I took it upon myself to kind of lead by example. I didn't have a finger to point. I wanted to show the difference between walking it and talking it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, at this point, I've been doing it. You know, like if you've been cooking for 20 years, you're a master chef. You've been doing karate for 20 years. You're a master. You're a teacher. You're a third degree Thai Dan, whatever. Well, I've been doing hip hop for over 25 years. You know what I'm saying? I don't need someone to explain, you know, what spices go in this dish, or how to break a board with my big toe. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I got that. So it was an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I say with my son every day, my loving yo, is that every day is an opportunity for greatness. And that's how I approached it, as an opportunity for greatness.
Well, that is.
And let me let everybody know as well to stay up with me at. The name of my little imprint is called Pool of Genius. So stay up with me at poolofgenius.com. I'm about to release some music on somebody that's going to blow the whole world away. His name is Alexander Simone. He's the grandson of Nina Simone.
Oh, perfect segue.
And,
thank you. Yes.
So besides the stuff I'm doing, we got Alex coming. We got some new Everton that's going to hit the market. And I'm currently working on some music that my man Ninth Wonder gave me. So, you know, like I stay.
And you debuted a Ninth Wonder track the other week at Dirty Martini, didn't you?
Exactly. That's the joint. That's one of the joints I'm working on right now. And that's not even recorded. That's just
shit.
The joint I was working on.
Man. Well, let me tell you, nobody wants a Ninth Wonder and Dres album like I do. So if that's a possibility, please.
He's an amazing cat.
You know, speaking of which, you know, I do want to tease because you mentioned it. I do want to tease everybody that we're going to really be trying to not only get Dres down here for a show again, but we also really want to get this grandson of Nina Simone down here. And you had mentioned maybe even Das Effects.
Yeah, those are my brothers. I know I can get Das to come. We could put something nice together. I think Alex, me and Das is a nice set. We might even see if we can get somebody else on there. I know Chi's going to come hang out. Well, let's put something together. We'll put something together for sure.
We'll put something incredible together. But right now,
sounds like a plan.
Without further ado, I would like to.
That's right. The moment has come, everyone. The black sheep, man himself, Mr. Dres, is being inducted. This moment is a moment that is 27 years in the making. We would like to honor and cherish and maintain the legacy of Dres and Black Sheep by inducting him into the Hip Hop Museum here in Washington, D.C.
So what I'd like to do right now is we cut together an entire little promo kind of for you, Dres, and you've seen it. It's been on the internet. We're going to kind of conclude the interview, and then we're going to play everybody, this little recap compilation of all your songs and your albums and everything you've been doing. But before we say goodbye to you, I want to ask you, because this is what we always do with all you legends, we have displays here at the Hip Hop Museum. In fact, we have the largest collection of hip hop memorabilia in the world, and it just wouldn't be right if the signed Black Sheep condom was sitting here all by itself. That would just be weird. So we have to ask you, Dres, is there anything special that you would like to donate to the museum to represent and be displayed for your musical career?
Well, I'm anticipating coming to DC pretty soon. And I'm going to make it a point that when I come down there to come see you, and in my arms will be the coat from Flavor of the Month album cover.
What?
I'm going to bring that green 3/4 joint that I still have to this very day down to you, and you could put the Flavor of the Month single right next to it, and I think that'll sit nice in the museum.
Oh my God! You heard it! Oh my God! Flavor of the Month, original jacket.
From the album cover, Dres donating to the Hip Hop Museum. Dres, not only do we want to say thank you, and not only do we want to congratulate you for your rightful place in the Hip Hop Museum, the world's only hip hop museum, but we want to ask you if people want to reach out to you, if people want to work with you, if people want to book you, if people want to pay you money, where do they find you on social media?
Well, make sure you check me out. I have a hub, a website where you can find pretty much my entire catalog, which is at poolofgenius.com. I'm very approachable on IG at blacksheepdres.com. I'm pretty much an asshole on Twitter, which is at blacksheepdres.com. And as well, man, I'm just always on some real regular down to earth, all about my peoples, all about my music, and I'm around like easily, if you're trying to book me, go through Universal Attractions, speak to Nick, and it's all good. It's all good for real. And that's globally, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing my thing for some years. Big love to everybody that's been rocking with me for years. Make sure, if you don't know, make sure that, the catalog doesn't end with, Wolf of Sheep's Clothing and nonfiction. There's 8WM, from the Blackpool of Genius, Short Shot Redemption. Check out the Everton Project. And make sure you check out the brand new project called Tortured Soul. And love is love. And thank you, fellas. I'm very grateful, and I'm very appreciative.
Well, we are grateful too, and we're appreciative that you're willing to see our vision and to keep the music and the culture and the history alive. Dres, thank you so much. We will talk soon offline, brother.
Sounds good, bro.
All right, take it easy. You too. All right, you guys. There it was, the interview and induction of Dres from Black Sheep. What do you think, my DJ?
Yes, very great, brother. Very great interview. By the way, very informative.
He's just a good guy. That. He's just a nice human being.
Down to earth, very down to earth.
It just makes you like his music so much more.
And then if we get that together with him and Daz, and we throw somebody else on the...
Yo, this is gonna happen. First of all, this is gonna happen. This is gonna happen. In fact, you know what else is happening? Next week, November 9th, Jungle Brothers. The week after that,
yes,
the senior writer at Complex Magazine, Sean Sotaro, is gonna sit down with us and go over the 50 greatest hip-hop producers of all time.
Yes.
Year by year. And on December 14th, Lord Finesse! Woo!
Yeah.
That's amazing. Jungle Brothers, Sean Sotaro and Lord Finesse coming up here
on District Spotlight with my DJ, the one, the only
B-Dub the Boy Wonder.
And I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision, and we're going to go to a new music video. That's right. The time has come. DZ, we are going to debut Elda Sensei, AG, shot in Japan, produced by me, directed by me, edited by Jacob Moss, cuts by DJ RBI, wardrobe by Ascension, and TrueHeadsClothing.com. That's right. If you want your Fat Lace remix hat, Trueheads with a Z, TrueHeadsClothing.com. This is my newest video for called Land of the Free for Elda Sensei and AG. Here is the debut. Take it away.
Yeah. AG, Elda Sen. Listen Vision. Listen Vision. DC's #1 recording studio. rights. Niggas like verse and vice verse. No need to rehearse. Shot at you first. Black shirts, adamant the burst. Accurate penance. Written's winning and vintage for folks. Smashing on notes. Polish and finish. Action for hope. Spasmos. Pass and toe. Surpass shows. Megated antidote. Jersey and Bronx. Response to. Clouds. Overly loud. Proud balls we spitting. Lines find division. Mumble niggas get written. Solid position. Product never bitten. Modestly given. Shot treatment. We chief in better times we living. Instant rhymes. Pen funds. Balance talent on sight. On point for all fights. 20-hour flights. Get us that cheese. Lead by example. Sample lines. Masterful minds. Combine shine. Listen vision grind.
The land of the free, that was all bullshit. The plan was to flee to Japan for my seats. Megatron, Bronx, Burrow, and my daughter. My book of life, you could never be the author. My life's a movie, I could never be an extra. My nephew's really extra, sat him down for a quarter. Your career's just clickbait. No masterpieces, just mixtapes. But if you dig in the crates, see the art form we mastered. We leave artifacts on classics. Salute the single moms, especially in the projects. With all the flying objects. No struggle, no progress. God bless the hell I'm from. They never heard of a miracle, so we tell them one. Better yet, we show it to them. Live an example. Always come around just to give them a sample.
Let's take them back.
Remember artifacts from the wrong side of the tracks. The artifacts from the wrong side.
Here I go again, ready to flow again. Remember
the time when we rock the spot. Artifacts, new Jerus, catch wreck and get the drop.
Remember
the beat vibe. Just clap your hands to the beat vibe.
Remember
service and the breath control. Artifacts in the house when the dynamite show.
Remember AG is living fat in the mental. In other words, can I get it so clap?
MC Yoda Sensei with another one to bash ya. Lyric master, blaster, keep the shit faster.
In front of crowds I get lots of cheers. He's finesse, I'm AG, and I'm the fuck up out of here.
Land of the free and known with a brave. Land of the free and known with a brave. Land of the free and known with a brave. Land of the free and known with a brave.
Listen vision, listen vision, listen vision.
Oh my God, we're back. Well, I hope you enjoyed that music video. I really do want to say a very sincere and honest thank you to my good friend Elda Sensei and AG, who gave myself and Listen Vision the opportunity to produce that song. They got the footage there in Tokyo, Japan, while they were on tour. They got the footage on their phones while they were in the studio. They sent it all back to us. We chopped it all up. We went to a Japanese restaurant. We did some crazy animation and editing, and there you have it. So shout out to Jacob Moss, who did an incredible job with that, and everybody involved on the project, DJ RBI, and obviously our sponsor, TrueHeadsClothing.com, True Heads with a Z. And we also have, yes, thank you, that is my hat. And we also have some delicious, food.
What, you can't, the food? You see
point
that
at
pointer
it.
right there. On the border, man. Mexican Grill and Cantina. Make sure you holler at On the Border. October 6th through now through November 18th. Make sure you go get your boho. Your
boho? What's that stand for?
You get buy one, you get half off.
Oh, okay. Thank God.
So yeah.
Oh, something else.
Make sure you find your closest On the Border location, Mexican Grill and Cantina, to take advantage of your boho.
Take advantage of my boho. Or their boho. Take advantage of a boho.
Okay.
Which is a buy one, get one half off.
Yes.
And the delicious food in the middle of our screen will be yours. Okay, without further ado, sidebar please, because...
Oh my God, it's really happening.
It's here.
It's here.
Yeah,
It's gonna happen. The Hip Hop Unboxing for the Hip Hop Museum. Let's do this.
All right, we don't play around. We take this shit really seriously. And I have something that I got in and I'm so excited to open it because you won't believe what I got, and it was too easy for me to get it. Coming all the way from Short Hills, New Jersey. Short Hills, New Jersey. What's in Short Hills? I think the mall. There's a great mall in Short Hills. Shout out the Short Hills, New Jersey Mall.
Short Hills.
And shout them out for this reason and this reason. They were so nice enough to send. Oh, wow. Isn't that interesting? A signed microphone. Signed by Common. That's right. Microphone signed by Common. DZ, you have my permission to completely unscrew that lens that's on that camera. Okay, we'll keep this on set. All right. There we go. Nice. Common. All right. Short Hills, New Jersey. Shout out you, but wait.
There's more?
Well, there's a piece of it that got stuck inside. But no, it's all on you.
All right. We're going to move along with that one while he's getting that together and coming all the way from Port Chester, New York. I love the way they wrap this stuff up. I don't know, should I just go ahead and just open that up there? 1 second.
Port Chester, New York. Oh, wait.
That's
Why does this not look like something for the
That
Hip
does
Hop
not.
Museum?
That does not. Now that you think about that, that looks like a
Man,
Victoria.
let me see. Oh, yeah, that's definitely not.
Something for the wife.
This happens like once a show, you know.
I'm glad I didn't hold that
We
up.
gotta
'cause
vet our mail better.
I think I'd have spoiled a secret.
Okay.
Go ahead, what you got next
Okay.
there, bro? What you
All
got
right.
next there?
So you know what? Let's just do this. The time's running short, and we'll do everything. But this is really special. So coming all the way from Berlin, Germany, our very
Across the
good
pond.
friend, and like about 6-8 months ago, we inducted J-Rue the Damage into the Hip Hop Museum.
Yep.
Well, he dug into his archive. And he found.
Wow. Look how young he looks though now. Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
hold that up. Hold that up.
the
Hold
Hip
that up.
Hop Museum DC.
Autograph.
Peace and Love from J-Rue. There you have it. Peace and Love from J-Rue. Shout out you, sir. All the way in Germany. Because so
He's
many
now our
hip-hop
friend.
legends have kind of like scattered all across the globe. And I didn't say earlier, but when I shouted out happy birthday to Busy Bee, can we zoom in on this? I have this on set because it's the single of... Oh, it's a Busy Bee single. Oh, I guess, all right, well, we're not going to spend too much time on that. But shout out you, J-Rue, for sending that in for the Hip Hop Museum. We really appreciate you and all of your music. I thought it was going to be a photograph from Danny Hastings, who photographed both of his album covers, but we will actually be inducting Danny Hastings himself into the Hip Hop Museum soon, so stay tuned for that.
Yep.
Coming all the way in from Peoria, Arizona, not Illinois,
Oh, okay, that's what I thought you were going with that one.
but Peoria, Arizona.
Well, how's the weather out there right now? Beautiful, probably. Beautiful.
Probably better than here.
Way better than here.
Looked like nighttime all day today
Yeah.
here in Washington, D.C.
I think it's time to we rolling the clocks forward, I guess, backwards.
So
soon,
is that
in a few
happening
days.
again?
Yeah.
But which way is it,
I
man?
can never keep up with it.
It can only
I
be
can
one way.
Never keep up with it. It goes backwards. All right, thank you, Breeze. I can.
Okay, we're rolling the clocks backwards tonight.
Extra hours
attention.
sleep. No,
I
not
thought
tonight.
this.
It's not tonight, boom.
I thought this was so unique we had to have it. Actually.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow.
That's right. It is hip hop paper. That's all it is. No, I'm just kidding. Check this out, you guys. McDonald's put this record out.
Dope.
Black History Through Rap.
That's dope.
Now, here's the most incredible, ironic part of this record. Yeah, stay right there. Don't move. The back of it. And I'll have to explain this, and it's kind of blurry, so I'll just explain this, okay? So, C. Dolores Tucker railed against hip-hop harder than most people have ever railed against anything. And she was convinced that rap and hip-hop was doing incredible damage to the African-American community. And rather than just, she didn't think that she would actually be able to like destroy and get rid of rap. So if you can't beat them, join them. So she decided to use rap as a vehicle to talk about, history through music. And so that's an interesting album right there that McDonald's put together with C. Dolores Tucker. I bet there's a lot more information about that we don't know, and we will go out of our way to try to find out more info on that. Here you go, B-Dub. Here's another one. And we've been talking about the Beastie Boys all week, you know. We've been talking about the Beastie Boys all week because their book just came out yesterday. No, wait. Yes, yesterday. The Beastie Boys book came out, and this is what it looks like. It weighs 14 tons. And this is what the Beastie Boys book looks like. This is called Beastie Boys book. And it is absolutely filled with pictures and stories and everything pertinent to the Beastie Boys. And Ad Rock's birthday was Wednesday. So happy birthday, Ad Rock. Thank you, Breezy. Let's see. Wow, we're running out of set space. Okay. Lots of cool things. Winding down in time here.
You know when you're the boss, you know.
Hey, Allie and Derek, can you hear the 360 okay? Can you tell me if the volume on the 360 stream is sounding okay? I hope this is this awesome signed vinyl that we saw online, but I don't think it is. Oh, you know why we got that? Oh, okay, show them that. Yeah.
All the way from San Diego, California.
San Diego, California.
Soak that up, dude. I know the glare is horrible today.
The glare is really bad today. I'm sorry, we needed extra lighting, but here's why. Look at the very top of that. Zoom in at the very top. It is... Oh, fuck. Forget it. I'll read it. Okay? This is a comic book called Break the Chain, which is featuring the voice and music of KRS-One. This entire comic book features the voice and music of KRS-One. And it looks dope as fuck. Okay, what do you got? Here, one more. One more. What's this over here? Oh, of course I forgot to look at the... Oh, man. I suck at this. Get it together. Okay. That's cool because mine is perfect. So on December 14th, we, the Hip Hop Museum, are inducting who? Lord Finesse. The one, the only, the producer, the MC. And in honor of inducting Lord Finesse, we got this really rare... I'm going to have to take this out of its actually packaging here because it's so weirdly shaped and it's very, very rare. This is a record in a shape I've never seen before. Look at this record from Lord Finesse entitled the Emu EP. Emu is an SB1200 type of machine. The Emu system was, I think, the operating system that the SB1200, the Beat Machine, utilizes, I believe. Okay? And what does he make all of his beats on, or many of them? Lord Finesse? The SB1200. So this is an actual record. My goodness gracious. That is fucking amazing. Holy cow. Yo, that's a record, y'all. Sorry, I'm still in shock. Anyways, we're going to have him on in person December 14th. So if you are in the D.C. area, December 14th, please come on by. He will obviously be signing this absolutely insane square record for the Hip Hop Museum and probably many other cool things. So make sure you come and check us out December 14th. Of course, next week, November 9th, Jungle Brothers. Just announcing that. Week after that, the senior writer for Complex, Sean Sotaro.
Yep.
We'll be talking about the 50 greatest producers of all time, and we'll ask him, why DJ Premier's not on the list. And then December 14th.
Definitely.
I think Facebook did a good enough job of that. Anyways, I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision.
Yep.
With my DJ, the one, the only.
B-Dub the Boy Wonder.
And I want to say thank you to Dres. I want to say thank you to Rachel Taft and the entire Feed the Scene family that welcomed us at the Wu-Tang Clan concert. I want to say thank you to Andy Katz. I want to say thank you to Malcolm Riddle. Yep. I want to say thank you to Timothy Burnside and to Abby O'Neill at NPR. And everybody that makes this program possible. Lastly, I want to shout out our sponsors, the delicious people at On the Border that provided this delicious food today for the entire staff at Listen
Can we
Vision.
get a screenshot over there real quick?
Little screenshot of the delicious yummy yum yums. Can you move that plate,
Can you
Bree?
move the camera?
Can you? No. Slowly turn the plate. Yeah.
Slowly. Okay, that's it. That's all you get.
Okay. Good. All right, and also, as always, TrueHeadsClothing.com, heads with a Z. Until next Friday with the Jungle Brothers, I'm Jeremy Beaver, CEO and founder of Listen Vision, with my DJ, the one, the only.
B-Dub, the boy wonder. See, look. I surprise him every freaking week.
That scared
with
the
something.
shit out of me. I'm used to the deep voice. Okay,
Yes.
until next Friday at 5. We're out.
Love you guys.
Peace.